Hi, my name is Emil, and today I'm going to talk about the most effective way to communicate in an uncomfortable scenario. So the communication model I'm going to be referring to is the uh, interactional model, like what we did last in our activity. So we are exchanging responses, so the sender and the receiver is exchanging responses. So can you imagine a world only filled with miscommunication? Believe me, you won't even stand a chance surviving in it. Communication is the key factor in our everyday living. We use it for work, for our needs, for connection, and releasing our feelings. Also, there are different types of communication: the transmission, transactional, and the mainly used interactional model, which in my opinion is the most effective among all. Now, it seems that everybody knows each of the models mentioned has a specific use and purpose. But why is there a miscommunication occurring? Maybe it's because on how we deliver and convey our messages, or rather, to whom we speak or conversate to. Furthermore, there are instances in our conversation wherein the person we are talking to is just don't get or doesn't grasp the idea we want them to get. Or for instance, the other person we are talking to has a different perspective towards the topic or information we told them, giving you an unrelated response. Now, to point out the idea, there are certain situations or scenarios I've experienced regarding the COVID-19 vaccination. So, wherein the person I spoke with didn't believe what I'm saying regarding the importance and the benefits of getting the vaccine. So, right here and then, uh, usually, if you speak to a person in a interactional model, nagkiklik kayo yung topic nyo, no? Kaya may response na bumabalik kasi he or she, the receiver that you are talking to, the person you're talking to, knows what to say and is responding to what you are saying, no? So the scenario that I'm talking about is that uh, regarding sa vaccine, we exchange ideas and points of view regarding the topic, but mainly her excuse was something related to her religion. So right there again, nandito, something psychological and cultural, hindi ko nang lalagay yung religion, pero ayun yung something that affects your communication. That's why yun, which was something na I didn't want to interfere or step into. I know that we as an educated individual must respect each and one's opinions and beliefs despite the race and culture. That is why I told her that I respect her decision and it's up to her whether to follow or believe my advice. Now, there are scenarios naman na you are talking to the person and he or she believes on what you are saying, and no, that's why he or she is responding. Medyo okay yung topic nyo. So ayun yung example ng good interaction model, like what I've mentioned sa gawa ko. So how do we avoid and prevent miscommunication? Well, more likely the ones sending the message should be the ones responsible on where and who he or she is going to convey his or her message. If he or she wants a response according to his or her expectation, the message sender and the receiver must know each other. So mas okay kung kakilala nyo or magkakaintindihan kayo, no? And the receiver must be knowledgeable regarding the information the sender is giving to have a good flow. So magandang response, no? There is no noise or psychological or cultural affecting their conversation. Also to achieve simultaneous feedbacks and smoother transaction and transmission of the message. And lastly, to effectively communicate in certain uncomfortable situations, try looking at the other side of the situation. Look at his or her intentions. If his or her perspective and perceptions are different with yours, don't insist what you want. No? So like what I said earlier dito, there are factors that can affect your conversation, no? Or her or his responses, receiver. So it can be psychological effect, cultural, religion based or beliefs. So ayun yung mga pwedeng maka-affect sa responses niya. So instead, stay calm and be respectful. Always assume the worst. Maintain and try to focus on the next viable step. And remember that he or she has a reason for that response. So maybe psychological or cultural or religion, something like that. Just make him or her understand, and it's up to her on how he or she will perceive it. Just remember that you already did your job. So also, if you were to release personal information, no, if you are to talk to someone, make sure that he or she understands you or is knowledgeable on what you are talking about. So you won't have this, no, you won't have these hindrances affecting your responses and feedbacks to each other. So ayun lang po. Thank you for listening.